Thanks, Toast. Hi, everybody. We completed a transaction today that brought to us Ryan Reaves and a 4th-round pick. Ryan is a big, strong guy that brings some grit and some real depth to our hockey club. He's a unique player. These players, the tough guys in this league, many of them have been rendered obsolete because they can't play. This guy can play, and will be able to help us out. And as I said, we picked up a 4th-round pick along the way. Questions?
Starting with Steve.
Steve Harp with the Review Journal. George, you've essentially got some toughness in the pick for virtually nothing, just picking up part of Broussard's contract. What was the challenge in making this deal happen for the Knights?
It was a little convoluted when you have 3 teams involved, and it ended up being several transactions actually. I think 4 transactions to get it done. But we give up some cap space. We have a lot of cap space, and a minor league player to do this, and so we picked up 2 assets. I thought it was a good deal for the club.
George, Brian Blessing, Vegas Hockey Hotline. The dynamic of a 3-team trade, how something like that all comes together, how long it had been in the works, who maybe started the process, or you made it known that you would be available with cap relief, or you had targeted Reaves?
It's all of those things. You end up having several discussions during the day with lots of people, and I had talked to Pittsburgh a couple of days ago, and we talked yesterday, and that part came together quickly. The deal actually came together quickly, how to put it all in terms of what everyone wanted to do. But actually completing it with the league was harder. It took some time.
Jesse Granger, Las Vegas. You said, like you said, putting it together was a little difficult, and there was one point where it was it didn't work out, and you had to rework it. Just can you say what the problems were?
Not really, because this was more for Ottawa and Pittsburgh to work out, and we told them what we were prepared to do, and if you can get it worked out, then we'll participate. But it was a little convoluted, and the bottom line is I don't know that all those details would interest you that much, but at the end of the day, we have 2 assets that we think help the hockey club.
John Treats, Channel 8. Depending on the day, you have either the best or the second best record in the league. Why did you think you needed to make a move?
I don't know that we need to do anything really. But if there are opportunities to make the club a little bit better, 1%, 2%, 3%, you do it. If it's not going to affect chemistry, if you're not taking anything out of your lineup. So we did a transaction today where we added to our lineup. We didn't take anything out, and it didn't cost us draft picks or players off our roster or futures.
Sheng Peng, Hockey Buzz. You mentioned that Reaves can play over here, and he hasn't played a lot in Pittsburgh this year, though. In terms of per game, he doesn't play a lot of minutes. Is there any concern with his fit with Gerard's kind of up-tempo, transition-heavy style?
No, he could surround the ice really well. So we wouldn't have done this transaction if we had any concerns about that. Kelly McCrimmon's known this player for a long time, and we thought it was really effective in St. Louis last year, and really effective in the playoffs in St. Louis last year. He just didn't get to play as much in Pittsburgh as he did in St. Louis, and we'll see how it goes here.
Chris, and then Ken. Chris Matthews, Channel 8, coach over here, back here. You mentioned all the cap space and so forth. Were there many phone calls over the past week or so, or is this the first one? Or, I mean, did you field a lot of calls to try to do something out with other teams? Or?
In terms of brokering a deal, or just talking to other teams in general?
Were they calling you and saying, hey, we'd like to do something with you guys?
on a three-way or brokering or just I think the answer to your question is we've talked to a lot of teams about a lot of things. It's what you do at this time of year. We like our team. We like the way they've played all year. And it's at this time of year, you're talking to everybody to find out what's going on out there and see if there are any opportunities to make yourself better.
Ken Wilkinson and Vegas. First of all, why were you the team that ends up being the third team in the deal? And secondly, it's an important player that's going from a team in the East to another team in the East. Is there any part of you that hopes that you can keep that player away from a Western Conference team?
We'd heard some of that he might be coming west, and we were able to keep him in the East. Was that a material part of the deal? No. We just saw an opportunity to pick up Ryan Reaves and get a draft pick in what was a simple transaction for us. Cap space that we have a lot of.
I'm Rosh Markazi with ESPN. George, prior to the season, there was a feeling that you guys would deal a lot of contracts or expiring contracts. Did there come a point in the season where you realized the team that you had and the position you were in, and maybe plans that you had prior to the season, you're like, things change, I guess, obviously. Was there a point in the season where that changed, and has that changed going into the
Yeah, I'm not sure we're at that point yet. Obviously, we have a master plan, and if you look at our roster, we have a lot of younger players on our team, and we weren't going to just get a bunch of guys to flip. We tried to get young guys that could be with us for a while and grow with us, and we did that. A lot of the guys that are here are going to be here a long time. So would there have been opportunities to flip people if things had gone a different way? Maybe. But this is where we are now, and this is our team, and we're here to win, and we'll do the very best we can to keep winning, to try and win the next game in front of us.
Time for a few more, Danny. Danny Webster, NHL.com. George, you mentioned Reeves' depth will help with this team. Given the injuries to Belmar, do you think this was a move more so to kind of make him a contributor for the last 20 games heading into the playoffs?
Yeah, we have, I think, 5 players hurt right now, and we've been that way for a number of weeks. We've had a lot of guys out of the lineup, and you can never have enough bodies around. And we just think that he can be really effective for us. We wouldn't have done it if we didn't think that way. And so we'll see how things go when he gets in, and hope that we get healthy soon and see what we can do.
Vince Sapienza here with Fox 5. George, you just piggybacking off that comment and what you said earlier about team chemistry. Obviously, that's something that's made this team go, is the chemistry. How confident are we that he will be a seamless plug and play on a line, on any line? I know that's more of Turk's department, but yeah, where do you see it?
Well, it's not a major transaction. It's something subtle that we did today. We didn't give up futures. We didn't take anything out of our lineup. So I don't see it as something that will change chemistry in any way. And this is the kind of player that most players on teams welcome. To bring in that kind of size and grit, as most players like that. So we thought it made sense to do the deal.
George, end of the weekend, is there a sense what's about to happen? Is it going to be a crazy active trade deadline weekend day? Or are you getting a read on what's going on around the league?
Yeah, I never know what's going to transpire at the trading deadline. I don't think anyone does. So all GMs are active making calls, and again, seeing what might be out there that can help a club now or in the future. But I honestly don't know what's going to transpire. We'll keep talking to people, and it could be a lot, could be nothing. I don't know. We'll see what the next 48 hours brings.
Last two, Jesse Lynch.
You've talked about it. It was a good deal for you guys. You didn't give up much at all to bring those pieces in. There are a lot of teams, though, with cap room that could have done that. What made you the team that was able to kind of get in here and get these picks, or this player and this pick, without giving up much? Like, what separated you from the other teams?
I don't know. I haven't done that sort of analysis. We, have a good relationship with Jim Rutherford. Maybe he trusted maybe he could do something with us. You know, I did that, and I moved on to other phone calls. I haven't had a whole lot of time to reflect on why it was us and not somebody else.
Last one, Shane.
At this moment, can you say if your plan is to keep your potential UFAs, you know, Spiza, Neal, and Perron, past the deadline?
Yeah, you know what? I don't anticipate doing a whole lot here in the next few days, but I've said that before when things happen. So I don't know how to answer that question, other than to say, well, we'll see what happens over the next 48 hours.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, George.